Now, how do Islanders use the word green, pink, and yellow in a sentence?
I don't know.
The when the phone ring, it goes green,
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 green.
green, and then
So I
then
pinked it up instead yellow.
That's a good one.
yeah.
So stupid.
Yo, 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 what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Star Sewer, the host of Inside the PAC podcast. And this podcast is brought to you by Pacific Ave Company. As you guys can see, I'm wearing the stuff, you know what I mean? If you guys haven't seen it before, here it is. And always with me every freaking episode, Miss Kaleo Hedo in the building. What's up, sis? How we doing?
We doing? We tired. It's early.
We don't. We couldn't know. They couldn't tell. They couldn't tell it was early recording.
Listen. Look at you. They can tell it's early. Look at me though.
What you mean? Look at me. I look like I woke up like hours ago, not just 20 minutes
Okay.
ago. Oh man. It's been a while since well, not a while, but I feel like it's been a couple of weeks since we had an episode, but I mean, stuff happened, right? So that's all good.
Life, weather, holidays, things, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we're here now.
We up in here, and as always, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you guys for coming in and listening and watching. And I know some of you guys don't like to see my ugly face, but we are here and you guys are listening and we are doing this. But just a little bit about the podcast, guys. Yep, like I said earlier, it is brought to you by Pacific Ave Company. If you guys don't know what I mean when I say that, Pacific Ave Company is our company, right? And the podcast is under that company. So that's what I mean when I say those type of things. Because I had a few questions like, "Oh, what do you mean by presented by or brought to you by?" I'm like, "Well, that's what I mean." Um. So yeah, Pacific Ave Company. Just so you guys know, we are a multifaceted business with a mission to reinforce the familial bond among the Pacific people while educating the global community about the rich and diverse cultures of the region. Through various business avenues like a clothing brand, as you guys can tell, we are wearing the merch and the podcast, obviously. And then in the future, we have some food trucks and other stuff like planned out for studios and whatnot that represent the company. So with all of that, right, Pacific Ave Company aims to create a global platform that celebrates unity within our people, shared traditions, and celebrating our cultural diversity. So that's what we are all about. I feel like it's been doing pretty well as far as on social media of trying to get the message out there, trying to portray the message of what the company's about, and I feel like a lot of people are appreciating kind of what we're trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, no matter what, yes, all of our history and our culture is a little bit different, but we should still be unified in the
All right.
end.
All right. I seen one of the comments. Somebody was like, well, it all shouldn't matter anyway because we all came from the same place anyway, and I'm like, exactly. Yes. Some of you guys are slowly starting to get it. Yeah, I think the rest of the comment I forgot. I mean, I should have pulled it up, but the rest of the comment was like, "Yeah, now we're just all living on different islands, and that's what it is. We're just all the same people living on different islands." And I'm like, "Ah, you get it." um, but before we move on, because we have a guest, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to bring up the sponsor again, or a sponsor. I didn't again. What am I doing? It's early, guys, but I wanted to bring up our sponsor for the podcast, and they are Okoa Ohana. They are a Hawaii clothing brand based out of Las Vegas, and I'll say something about Las Vegas after this. But their clothings are inspired by Hawaii foods, and it's pretty cool looking. So go check them out at Okoa Ohana. .com. Check out their merch, their message. They're really great people. I talk to them from time to time, and they pretty much have like the same vision, just as far as like what kind of message they want to spread. Because they are doing their business out of Vegas. But check out their merch. I love their spam design. I think that's the one I sent you, right, Khalil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. My spam design is cool. The Pog juice, like it's great. So, if you guys want 15% off, on your purchase, if you do purchase something, use our discount code Superstar TV. I'm gonna eventually ask them to change the code to like Pacific Ave or something, but that's what the code is. Superstar TV at okoaohana.com. Check them out and enjoy. But without further ado, we are gonna get into the deep of this episode. See what I did? I brought back some nostalgia.
Hey yo, look what he did. He did a thing.
Yeah, I did a thing. It's crazy that you say that. I saw like old clips of the first podcast that we tried to do. Look at us.
Oh my gosh, I did too. Like,
And I saw the video and I was like, bro, so we're actually pretty cringe.
yeah.
It's like we were reading the script, but we're like trying to like.
I know.
It is
We've
what
come
it
a long
is.
way.
Yeah,
We've come a long way. We always keep growing.
come a long way. I mean, shoot, I'm reading a script, but I'm like, more natural. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Anyways, let's get into this guest, ladies and gentlemen. I am gonna be bringing him in, and as I bring him in, I'm gonna be saying a little bit about him. So he's actually my old boss. But old boss grown to longtime friend now. We've met in the military, so get your boots up because the military guy's coming in. Nah. He's not like what you guys see on TV or a major pain or whatever you guys want to say. But ladies and gentlemen, let me bring in our guest of the hour, Mr. Dean Concepcion. So, Dean Concepcion is a distinguished tech sergeant in the U.S. Air Force with 15 years of dedicated service and currently still serving. He's hailing all the way from the beautiful Pacific Island of Guam, also a part of Micronesia. So, Dean, thank you for joining us. And, you're going to.
Thank you.
Oh, thank me.
Big
yes,
fan.
yes.
I've been following you guys from the get-go, all the rebranding. I've been through it all.
I appreciate that. Thank you for listening. So that means you were a fan. Well, don't say you're a fan. Come on. You
No, I'm
you
the
wa-
number one fan. Let it be known right now. I'm the number one. I've been following from the beginning. I
So-
subscribed to every version. I've listened to every podcast, every guest. I've answered your TikToks, your Instagrams, all of it. Even Cleo was arguing with me on like Disney stuff on TikTok, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm in it, guys. I am dedicated. I'm the biggest fan of this podcast.
Whoa! Don't
Self-declared."
don't sound mad now. Like relax, bro. He's like, no, I'm the number one. No. So I was just gonna say, like, dang. So you were there before Kaleo became a part of the team, everything.
Yeah,
Cheers,
Hey,
ladies and gentlemen.
Day one.
yeah. I want a custom sweater, same design, but it's gonna have like a little thing that says "number one fan" on it.
He was number one. Dean Concepcion. Welcome into the podcast. I appreciate it. This was a long time coming. I wanted to I was gonna say I wanted to have you on the podcast for the longest time, but I didn't really think about it until like maybe this past month. But
Wow. Wow.
no, because I forgot, and we're gonna get into this, more. But I forgot that, you were from Guam, and I was like, wait, Guam is a part of Micronesia. Like that is perfect because we need more guests to come on. That's from the other from Micronesia and Melanesia. So far, we've had all Polynesian guests.
Yeah.
I mean, from different islands, but it was still all Polynesian, which is
Yeah.
great and all. But we do want to
Branch
showcase.
out.
Yeah, yeah.
We want to showcase
Yeah.
everyone
Right,
because we
right.
need to learn more too. Like,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There's only so
100%.
much reading that I could do, learning
right?
about other
Exactly.
stuff. I'd rather
Exactly.
learn it from, from conversations from, from the people,
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna dive into what we always do with our guests, So again, welcome in, and we're gonna get right into the questions roulette. And let me
Just to
see.
warm you up a little bit, ask you some rapid fire questions. Don't think about it too hard. Just answer the questions as fast as
Bring
you
it.
can. And yes,
I've
I
been
will judge you on
preparing.
all these answers. Okay, ready? Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, let's
Nike
go.
or Adidas?
Nike.
Okay. Football, basketball, or baseball?
Football.
Swim in the ocean or a pool?
Ooh, ocean.
Okay. Japanese food or Chinese food?
Japanese.
What is the last song you listened to?
Damn. I'm trying to think. I don't remember what song I listened to.
It was Taylor
Actually,
Swift.
no, I take that back. No, it's even worse. It was something off YouTube with my youngest son, something from Miss Rachel. So
Okay. So, tattoo your
that's my
whole
life
face
right now.
or be bald?
What was that?
Tattoo your whole face or be bald?
I'd be rather be bold.
Okay. How do you hand gesture answering the phone?
Yeah.
You'll see the right way. Okay. Barbecue chicken or chicken katsu?
Ooh. Barbecue chicken.
Oof. Taylor Swift or Beyonce?
Oh, Taylor. Gotta go with Tay Tay.
Tay Tay. What is your go-to dance move?
Oh, go to dance move. It's gotta be some form of twerking, some booty shaking. When in doubt, you just gotta shake it.
Just shake it out. McDonald's or Jack in the Box?
Ooh, McDonald's.
Oof.
Bro,
They're both gross.
Khalil, I have a video of Dean twerking on deployment.
You do?
Yeah,
Oh
I'm telling you,
my God.
it never fails. It always works for any type of song.
Hey, and it's not a regular twerk. It's the leg up, one leg up twerk.
Oh my God.
You gotta add some flair to it.
You remember that day, right?
Yeah, I think we had like my phone
Yeah.
going like with lights,
Yeah,
like
he
I
had
was
the
doing like a
phone.
rave.
He had the what is the night light? The purple light, whatever. Yeah, the purple light, and we turned the lights
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
And he was doing the rave thing while he was one leg on the table twerking.
Oh, okay. I need to see this because that's hilarious.
Yo, yeah, I'm a show it on the podcast, and then I'll show it to you. But
You're gonna clip it in there.
yeah, I'm gonna clip
He
it.
wasn't joking.
No.
We're gonna take a break, ladies and gentlemen. 30-second break coming right after. No, but I'm so glad you said Swifty because I'm a Swifty.
I'm
Yeah.
a like undeclared Swifty. I'm not on the level as most, but
Okay,
I
maybe.
do
Yeah.
listen to some songs here. And I may not have watched the movie.
Me neither.
You watched it. Totally watched it. You did. You did. I didn't.
Totally
I did
watched
not.
it. Me neither. I didn't watch it. I wanted to, but yeah. I'm a Swifty. I listen to all the music, all the songs. Even at work, I have a radio playing. Not radio. I have
Are
like
you a
a.
Swiftie if you haven't watched it?
Are you?
No, I'm not.
Yo, can we talk about yeah, let's move on from that. Can we talk about can we talk about
Whole
how
podcast could be about Tay Tay.
yeah. Can we talk about how you correctly hand gestured on how to pick up a phone?
How to pick up the phone.
Yeah, like,
Bro,
Yeah.
I always thought those videos were fake on TikTok, asking the younger generation. But like I see people do it all the time. They're like this or they're holding the phone and I'm like,
oh yeah, because
what?
yeah, Because the cell phones are different, I guess. Yeah. That's I don't know. That's weird to me.
It's pretty weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But whatever.
And it's crazy how like people still
It's just
Like, what?
weird.
Are you getting ready to throw a brick or something? Like, what are you doing?
No, they're holding the big satellite phone.
The big brick.
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably do the whole hand gesture too. They'll hold it up and let me go to the screen. It's like here, and then they're like, because for us it was just pick up and it's ready to go.
Yep. Pink up, yellow. I bet you they don't even the younger generation, they don't even know that joke, right? The pink, yellow, and green. You ever heard that one?
No, probably not.
You know that one, Dean.
It's been a while since
Which
I've
one?
heard
What's that one?
How do Islanders use the word green, pink, and yellow in a sentence?
I don't know.
The phone, when the phone ring, it goes green. And then
So I pinked it up instead yellow.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So stupid.
I'm surprised you don't know. Oh, you know what? I think that was like a Hawaii joke. That's why.
Yeah, I never heard of it. It definitely still fits.
Bruh. The other ones too was pretty good. I actually really like these questions that I came up with for this questions roulette. But yeah, let's go on to the one must go.
He had to
Friggin'
have a moment where he was very proud of himself, so it's okay.
all right, guys. All right.
Yes.
All right. One must go. Okay, we have two different versions. Okay, so we're gonna have a food version, and then we're gonna have a military version. For because you're military. Man, I'm fobbing out, man. So, one must go. Fried food edition.
Ooh.
Fried chicken, French fries, fried shrimp, mozzarella sticks. One has to go forever.
Fried chicken, French fries,
Fried shrimp,
fried shrimp,
and fried mozzarella stick.
I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this one, but fried shrimp gotta go.
Wow.
What?
I will munch down fries like without even thinking.
That's understandable.
Fried chicken, go KFC, get a full bucket. Can't beat it. Throw in some rice.
This man said KFC. What the?
What the?
Yeah, you go, man. There's nothing like it. You go to KFC,
No,
or even
Popeyes.
Popeyes or whatever. Oh no, Popeyes is good. Oh no, I grew up in KFC.
But
I love
the
KFC.
first one you say is KFC.
Yeah. Hey, again, I'm probably gonna anger a lot of people, but I think KFC is better than Popeyes. All right, I said it.
Wow.
I will stab on it.
He said that. He said it. Get him. Get him. It's fine. It's okay. It's nice knowing you.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, every fried chicken place has like a better like dish than the other. Like Popeye's mashed potatoes, I would eat over all of them.
So okay, look, listen though. The famous bowl from KFC. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just fire. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, fried shrimp. Look, listen, you can get rid of mozzarella sticks all day, every day, because fried cheese curds are way better than mozzarella sticks.
That's the same thing as mozzarella sticks.
No, they are not. No, they are not.
Wait. Put it this way: cheese that's fried. Same thing.
Oh my god. Then say fried cheese.
Yeah.
Because they are different.
Yeah. No, mozzarella sticks is like my go-to appetizer at any restaurant. If they have it, I'm ordering it.
Bro, I'm ordering fried shrimp before mozzarella sticks, bro.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, well, people mess it up too, overcook it or whatever, you know. So that's where those other ones can't go wrong.
Especially if it's coconut fried shrimp.
I love fried shrimp, but like out of all those, like that one's gotta go. You get a lot of hate for that one.
All right, fine. I still like you. It's fine.
Hey, and it's been a while since me and you, Khalil, we agreed on something. Mozzarella
I
sticks.
know.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Unity, bringing unity.
Yay. Yay. So let's move on to the next one. Military edition. And this was gonna have 5. Because you'll know why. And don't, like, if you're listening and you're in the military, don't take this to heart. It's just, our thoughts or whatever, and this is not official, whatever you want to call it. It's just our thoughts on it.
These are not a representation of the Department of Defense or the Air Force. This is just our opinions.
Yeah, it's just thoughts. It's just thoughts. Thinking about it. So one must go military branch edition: the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, or Coast Guard.
Oh man, you came for
Coast
blood.
Guard? Wow, you threw that one in there.
The Coast Guard is a part of the military branches.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
know. I know. Yeah.
All right, you said of all the branches,
Which one can go? You know what I mean? Because do we really need every single branch? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Well,
let me add in the last one. Space Force.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people don't even think Space Force is real. I've heard that through numerous conversations.
Oh, numerous. Yeah.
I mean, shit.
Yeah, like I'll just hear people talk about it.
People don't think that the Coast Guard is not a real. So.
Yeah. So between all the branches, if I had to pick one to go, this is gonna sound bad, but I'd say the Air Force has to go. And the Army will just reabsorb the Air Force to be the Army Air Corps again. And plus, the Navy has just as many planes. So, Air Force got to go. Can't get rid of the Navy.
Yeah.
Or the Army. So.
Yeah, but
I know so many Air Force brats.
Yeah.
Like these two in here, me and him.
Yeah.
Wait, so, I mean, yeah, if you think about it.
I mean, but that's a logical answer. Like that makes sense.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, Navy and the Marines, they both have planes, so it's like, do I really need the Air Force? Like, and I'm in the Air Force, so that says something. So.
Yeah, but wouldn't the Marine Corps and Navy be kind of the same too?
Yes and no. I mean, kind of. I mean, the Marines kind of do something different than average Navy person, but
really, we only, like, if you think about it, we only need 4 branches, right? And that would be the Army absorbing, the Air Force, and then the Navy and Marine can just combine and be like the Marine Navy, and then Space Force, and then Coast Guard, because we actually, we kind of need the Coast Guard, guarding our coast, So
Coast Guard, they get a lot of hate, but I had a lot of friends that are coasties.
I do too. I know. Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. So
and the videos they show me, crazy.
I bet. It's like never mind. I don't know what it's like. I just was trying to say something. But
yeah.
I mean, you agree, Khalil? I think it makes sense.
It makes sense. It totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't have known how to answer that because I'm not anywhere near type military status over here. So, but it makes sense. It does. It really does.
So, as I mentioned earlier, I mentioned that, Dean, you're from Guam, and a lot of people don't realize that it's either they don't realize, or there's those cases where they don't want to acknowledge that it's true that Guam, or Guamanians, if you want to call them that, are Micronesian. And I don't know if you want to touch up a little bit on that, like, as you kind of introduce yourself a little bit more, like where you're from, born and raised, all that stuff, and if you got family or whatever. Go ahead, Indy.
Yeah. Dean Concepcion, originally from Guam, born in Texas. My dad was in the Army, and then we moved when he got out to Guam when I was 3, and from there, just grew up on Guam until I didn't leave till I was 18. I graduated high school. And married, 5 kids, and Yeah, it's a big issue on Guam as far as like the term Micronesian. A lot of people don't want to associate themselves with that term, and it's because it's linked to the Federated States of Micronesia, which is a whole nother chain of islands within the Micronesian area, and those islands consist of Chuuk, Pohnpei, Kosrae, and um, and there's just there's a lot of hate and to a point even racism, I believe, with that, and because they discriminate against those people, my people, the Chamorros, and any other islands within Micronesia don't want to associate themselves with them, so they kind of take away from that term of Micronesian,
Right.
because that's what they call themselves from the federal states of Micronesia.
Yeah, I had a bunch of friends. Obviously, you know, I'm from Hawaii. I had a bunch of friends in Hawaii that I always be like, "Yeah, don't call us Micronesian. Like, we don't want to affiliate with all that negative or whatever
Yeah.
was going on." And I look in my head, I'm like, you know, I like you're Micronesian. Like, you know, that's you're a part of that, right? So, like, it's like telling your siblings you don't want to be your sibling. You know, their sibling.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, you know, if somebody represents the culture bad in a bad way or in a negative way, you kind of have a little embarrassment to it. Obviously, you know, it hits the
Yeah.
pride a little bit, but don't. I see that as just kind of giving up on your people by saying, I'm not affiliating myself with Micronesians because of all the negative stigmas behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and even so I follow a lot of news still back home, and like every time without fail, if they're like they'll post something with like a crime that was committed, whatever the crime is, and if there's a person from the island of Chuuk called Chukis, if they're there, they're like, all these damn Micronesians, they're ruining the island, and this and that. But on the flip side, when it's one of our own, it's a Chamorro person that's up there committing the same exact crime, they're none of that. It's none of that. And so it's just like, well, what's the difference here, guys?
Right.
Like, these are the same crime. It's just people are bad, and it has nothing to do with where they're from or their culture or anything like that.
Right.
And I've seen it so bad to where yeah, like people won't even claim their own culture. On our deployment, where there's a guy there that he was Chukis, he was from the island of Chuk, but born and raised. Sorry, he's Chukis, but born and raised on Guam, and because of the discrimination he felt growing up and seeing that, he was like ashamed to tell me that he was Chukis, and so I was just like, bro, don't be ashamed of that. Like,
Right.
you should be proud of that. Like, I get the stigma behind your people, but that's where you gotta be that beacon and show like that there are good people out there.
Yeah.
No, for sure. And
Because to me, it's one of those. I am super proud of who I am. I would never even think to be ashamed of it. So for him to feel that way towards me, because he might feel like I might discriminate against him, it's just like that really hit home for me. And I was just like, no, man, be proud of who you are. There's gonna be some kid out there that's growing up that needs an example of, that you can make it despite the discrimination, despite the stigmas. That if you can do it, they can do it.
right, right. I have a good example. One of our previous guests, and I think he mentioned it on the episode. Don, the Samoan cop, and he was talking about how
Yeah.
he was DJing for a party, and a bunch of Micronesian kids came up and asked if he was Micronesian because they thought he was Micronesian, and he said obviously, oh no, I'm not Micronesian, I'm Samoan, da da da, and then the kids, they were so, like they 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 were so proud of what he was doing, or they wanted to be like him, and they told him like, oh, I want to be like you one day. You know what I mean? Because they assumed that they were Micronesian, so it was like in their head
Yeah.
they were proud of a Micronesian. You know what I mean? and that's how it
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I've even met people from the other islands, from Pohnpei or from Costa Rica, and they would even talk down on other Micronesians. I was just like, bro, you're in that same chain of islands. Like, what do you mean? So it would be like in Hawaii, it would be like Oahu discriminating against Maui or Big Island just because they're from that island. It's just like, you guys are all the same.
Right, right. What do you um before we get into the military stuff, where do you think all of that kind of stemmed from? Like, where do you think? Because it happens throughout the Polynesian Islands as well and the Melanesian Islands, but it seemed like it stemmed from somewhere. I don't know, influence from somewhere. You know what I mean? Where do you think it came from?
Man, this is this is where it gets deep. This is just my opinion, but I think poverty has a lot to do with it, and financial status, and I think that's the same across all cultures, all ethnicities. When you are in a position where you don't have much, you resort to certain actions and certain things, and again, it's just one of those things where one bad apple ruins it for everybody, because these people are coming from the islands of Micronesia, and they're immigrating to Guam, to Hawaii for a better life, and with nothing. And that's extremely hard. And so, it's my personal belief that social classes and things like that is was what caused the discrimination, because the people are desperate. They're going to do what they need to do to survive, and I think even to a point, just because the cultures can be almost drastically different, that there's just a misunderstanding and not wanting to learn about those cultures. So I think there's a little bit of that too.
Yeah, thinking that their beliefs and their actions and what
Yeah,
they are going towards is the only way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're trying to say like only our way is the way to do things, and not understanding like different cultures, different beliefs. It's like there's numerous ways to do this.
Yeah. Individuals basically not wanting to have that open conversation of like,
Yeah,
this is where I come from, this is how we do things.
it,
Let me learn yours
yeah,
and see where we have this common ground.
yeah. No, it's always like, oh, that's weird. Like like I don't like that, and
Well, that's not
it's
my way.
crazy. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And it's crazy when you strip away a lot of that stuff, and Star, you've seen it, like when we're deployed, it was none of us cared about none of that. It was all we knew was all of us were islanders from numerous different islands, different backgrounds, but we had more in common than we did differences, and we held on to those commonalities so much that it bonded us, and we were just a force of nature. Like we were like 50 people deep, and all eating spam musubi every Saturday night, partying it up, and then everyone was like, "Oh, what are they doing? They don't know." Like we had everyone. We had Fijians, we had Samoans, Hawaiians,
We had
Chamorros.
Cook
We had a bunch.
Islanders. Like we
Yeah,
literally had everybody, like at least one or two from each of the sections.
yeah,
I love that.
It was pretty cool. We had our
yeah,
flags. Everybody had their different flags, and what I mean.
yeah.
It's like there was no negative vibe about it, and it's crazy. It's crazy to think about that because that happens when you're away from home, but when you're
Uh-huh.
in home, it's not like that. Like why? You know what I mean?
No,
Why is that?
it's because it's like in those moments, like we didn't have home. We were each other's home, and we just bonded over that, the fact that this is all we have, and we can't really identify with a lot of these other cultures in America because it's just not the same. And it's like spam. I think that's a global way to reunite people. So it was one of those things, like people are tired of eating food from the defect, so they smell what we got and they're like, oh, okay, this is good. I want a piece of this, and we bring them in, and And remember, me and Star, we would roll like, I want to say like 30 or 40 spam musubis every Saturday night while we're at work, right before the thing. And we would be like, yo, hey, go make another. It would be those small pots of rice. We would have like 3 of them going at a time, just to keep them going.
Shoot, we barbecued like twice before you left.
Yeah.
We literally barbecued for like 200 plus people, and then I did another barbecue after you left, like on my own.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was hard, but no, we're gonna get into another question. I mean, I guess it kind of has to do with what we were kind of talking about. Khalil, you want to ask either the cultural challenges or community connection one?
I'm like, wait, where are we?
Yeah, it's kind of well, any one of them. It don't really matter.
Oh my gosh, excuse
Oh,
me.
bless you.
Hello? Like, okay, so we're on the military journey. Wait, military journey or the wait, which one?
Actually, any one of them. It don't really matter because we're kind of just spitballing. You know what I mean? We're kind of talking about the cultural challenges and community connection one, kind of. I mean, also military journey, but you know, yeah.
I mean, really, it's all cohesively
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
To be honest. My God, I am so phlegmy right now. I'm so sorry. Like, it's like
That's
first
okay.
thing morning wake up and you just got.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, my bad. Okay, so, okay. Can you share any unique challenges or opportunities you've encountered as an islander in the military, and how have you navigated them?
I think everyone kind of goes through this when they first join. Is just like assimilating to the culture of not only the military but of America, because we have our own slang, our own native languages, and even accents, and it's hard to understand. So we have to kind of almost learn how to talk all over again, and so that way people can understand us. And that was a challenge for me. And then also just the education of people and where I'm from, because a lot of people don't know where Guam is. And a lot of times I've heard people say it all the time when they're like, where's that? And they'll be like, oh, it's in the Pacific, it's in Micronesia. And then they're just so confused. They're like, I'm Hawaiian. Okay, I'm from the island of Hawaii. And then it's just easy because everyone knows where Hawaii is. And even further, if you go to other islands, it's the same thing. They'll associate with Guam because people may know Guam. Yeah, it's so educating people on that, and because people look at me and automatically assume I'm Asian because of the eyes, right? And it's uh, um, and I've been dealing with that since I was little, but um, they just assume that I'm Asian, and I'm like, no, I'm not Asian. I'm Chamorro. I'm from the island of Guam. I'm a Pacific Islander. And they're like, what? And that was a big challenge for me early on when I was younger. I would get really offended when people would call me Asian. It's like, no, that's not who I am. And nothing against Asians whatsoever. It's just I'm very proud of who I am and my culture. That it's like, no, that's I am Chamorro. I'm from the island of Guam. That's who I am. So that was a really unique challenge. And then it's just I learned over time, to get back to the question, how I overcame it was just educating people, and being the example, because I was told early on in my career from one of my uncles, ironically, who was in the Air Force. He told me, like, you are a representation of not only your people, your island, but the culture as a whole. And if you give that bad taste of, this is what the people from Guam or wherever are like, they're going to hold on to that. And that's all they're going to know about the people. And so you have to be the example and be that beacon for other people to see. So that way, when they think of you and your cultures, they're going to know that you guys are solid guys. And that if they wanted anyone, they're going to pick you guys. So that was a lot for me early on. And And so, but now I see the big picture, and it's true. We are vastly not known by a lot, and so it's one of those, like, we have to be the example for
Right.
for the world.
Right. And that's a strong message. What you said, your uncle, right?
Yeah.
That's definitely strong, because like if you think about it, that's really what it is. You know what I mean? You're not only representing yourself, your family, your immediate family, right? It's the whole culture, because that's what all of our cultures in the Pacific is all about. We take so much pride, right, into our culture. That's what we represent, because that's what comes off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're representing your lineage, your everything that was before you, so be proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
Show it justfully, right, Don't be a douche nozzle.
Yeah.
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 100%. And sometimes I've seen it, like, people are just not gonna live up to that, and it's unfortunate, because it's kind of, it like sets everything back to where I have to kind of recover from that, and like, no, hey, I know that guy, he messed up, I get it, but that's not a representation of who we are as a people. That's just him as a person, and
Yeah.
it's a big responsibility.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
how it is for any culture, right? Someone's gonna mess up, right? White, black, Asian, whoever. Someone's gonna mess up, and now it's like, boom, now that whole culture's bad. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, it's so dumb of
Yeah.
how us human beings can think like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's even like more, so where I'm trying to look for, it's even more emphasized, because in America there's not a singular defined culture. So like, and it's not being racist or anything, but like a white person, if they mess up, they don't assume that all white people are like that. You know what I mean? So, but for us, because we are very loud of who we are as a culture, and like, oh, I'm Samoan, I'm from Tonga, wherever. Because we're so loud about that, we are now representing all of the culture, and so it's there's a huge responsibility to be that example for everyone that comes across it, because they're gonna assume how you are is going to be the interaction they're going to have with another one, another Samoan, another Chamorro that they come across, no matter where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That actually brings me to the next question. Like, how do you stay connected with your Micronesian roots or Pacific Islander roots and community while serving in the military, like especially if you're stationed away from home?
Yeah. So I've always said, like, as far as Chamorro people from the Mariana Islands, from Guam, Saipan, Luta, and Tinian, that's where our chain of islands are. That I am the Chamorro people. I am the culture. So everywhere I go, I am representing that. And so the way I do is I'll connect with anyone and everyone I see. But it's just like especially in Hawaii or somewhere. If I see a flag, if I see anything, I gotta go up to you. I gotta talk to you. Hey, where you from? Oh, what island? What village? Yada yada. And then I'll connect with them. Or if they're from Hawaii, oh, what island? We're in Oahu. Oh, okay, yeah. And then we find our commonalities. But there's this one guy actually stationed here. He's from Hawaii, um, from Kaneohe, and I knew he was Hawaiian. I still went up and started that conversation. And I was like, all right, I actually had some inspiration from you guys, from the podcast. And so I was like, all right, favorite island reggae artist, go. And I said, I'm going to judge you really harshly on this one. And he started spitfiring, and I was like, okay, okay. And he surprised me too, because he's younger and he had some old school artists. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he's like, oh, you know these songs? I'm like, yeah, of course. I grew up on these songs. So it's like, that's the way I stay connected. So if I find you and I know you're here, I'm gonna go out of my way to introduce myself and try and connect with you, and let you know that there's more than just you out here. Because it gets lonely.
Right. I think that's one of the biggest ways us islanders really kind of stay connected to our culture is connecting with our peoples. I think
Yeah.
that's a huge part
Yeah.
of it.
Well, I mean, remember how we met?
Yeah, I literally we were brand new troops that came in for deployment, and we was turning in our weapons, and then there you are, and I was like, oh, I could tell he's Islander, but I was still kind of shamed because I was like still new, and I didn't want to be
Yeah.
there on deployment, and then
And
you,
we was blasting
yeah,
music too. Remember?
you was like, you just came out of nowhere and it's like, oh, yeah, that's like talking to me or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I can feel the Islander vibe, but I didn't want to show you
Yeah.
yet because I was still nervous on deployment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we were blasting music, and you're like, "Whoa, you guys listen to this?" I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Yeah."
yeah. I
No,
forgot
'cause
what it was,
it
but
was me.
it was like it was local
I don't
music.
remember.
It was local music,
Yeah, 100.
Khalil.
percent
I was tripping out. I was on deployment, like, oh, you listen to this kind of music? Oh.
Yeah, and it was me, and then Clark,
Clark.
Alyssa. Shout out to Alyssa.
Yeah.
Me and her, she's a Filipino girl, and she's from Guam. So it was we had like a whole Islander connection in our office. It was crazy. So it's like, and then we brought on Star, uh, and that just made it even more complete.
Oh man, no, that was good. That was good. But yeah, no, I think just connecting with people, talking or sharing memories or sharing experiences in the different islands, that's a biggest one of the biggest ways. But I feel like the other biggest way of staying connected to your culture is through food.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Right?
food and music,
Right?
two
Absolutely.
things
Like
that no matter where you go.
yep, food, music, like literally, like you can. Oh God, food, just food, food,
Hmm.
food, food. Like everybody always asks, what's your favorite dish and things like that, because they're just like, I don't know anything about Hawaiian food or anything like that, and I'm just
Hmm.
like, oh, let me tell you. Like,
Yeah, and it's just, well, yeah, food is way to unify the world, because it doesn't matter what type of food it is, what culture. If it's good, it's good, and people
yeah,
are going to connect that way.
yeah, and music just feeds the soul
Hmm.
in so many different ways, so that can bring people together in many different ways.
That's why
Yeah.
I like our artists in especially in our islands because the way that they make their music connects to every single island, not just that specific island. I mean, yeah, it's a Hawaiian song or it's a Fijian song, but because the tunes, the words, the lyrics, the language is similar to the other cultures in the Pacific Islands, everybody can relate to it. You know what I mean? And a lot of times
Yeah.
our music talks about our upbringing, our how we was
Mhm.
raised and how it is in the islands, and so everybody can relate to that. That I think that's what I love about our Pacific music because it connects to everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like there's so many island reggae artists that I listened to growing up. I have no idea what they're talking about and what town they're talking about, but I sing the shit out of it. I don't know if I can cuss. I'm sorry if I did, but like, like there's so many songs that like, I have no idea what this means, but this is my jam. I'm gonna listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I would love to talk about music about Kalea. I know you have a question about inspiring others for Mr. Dean.
I
Uh,
do.
yeah.
I do, absolutely. So, being a Micronesian in a leadership role, what advice do you have for other islanders aspiring to join the military or pursue leadership roles in general?
Uh, I think with to that, it's just be bold, and seize opportunities that are being presented to you, uh, because through those opportunities, there's growth. And again, you are that beacon, you are that example that you can do it, and so anyone can do it. And so I was very guilty of just being comfortable and just kind of hiding away, and not wanting to do things. And it was through the right mentorship and the right type of leaders that inspired me to try new things. I did, and I was successful at it, and I found that I'm talented in many different ways. And because of that, it led to other opportunities, and me being able to help out other islanders out there, like Star, for example, um, because of my position and where I was at. Because because we left a little bit of this tidbit of the story. So Star comes to my office and says, "Hey, I want to work back here." I'm like, "Oh man, we already have someone slotted to come back here." And he goes, "Yeah, but if you could do it, you know." And I was like, "All right,
come on, you gotta
let me
help the
go."
Islander boy out. Come on now.
And so I was like, you know what? All right, let me go talk to my boss and let's see. And I went to my boss. I was like, hey, I know I have this guy that's supposed to be coming into my office, but over here, A1C Stua, first name Star, I want him. And he goes, okay, yeah, we'll make it happen. And then, you know, and then remember I had this talk with you too, where I was like, hey, I stuck on my neck for you. Don't get it chopped off, right? If it's time to work, let's do some work, but let's have some fun too. Um, so, and that's where if I wasn't bold in my career, I would never have been in that position to help Star, and then ended up becoming friends. So that would be my advice: is just be bold and seize the opportunities that are in front of you.
Sure, dude. Because you did that, it actually opened up opportunity for me because I actually ended up getting awarded a BTZ because of all the extra things I was able to do because I was in that position.
Yeah,
So not only that you were able to help me, you know, whatever, but it actually helped me help myself, by becoming better at whatever it was, and then I got awarded for it, which I was not expecting. It was crazy. But I think like just not even in military terms, right? Just a leadership role in general, right?
mm-hmm.
That advice that you kind of given has to do with like just any leadership role, in life in
Yeah,
general, right?
yeah.
Oh,
Now I
absolutely.
wasn't even saying not just leadership, but I think just in general.
Yeah. Like,
In yeah, absolutely. In life, in family, like be bold, be brave. And if you know what, if it doesn't scare you just a little bit, it's probably not worth it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just might surprise yourself of you are not only capable but great at what opportunity is presented to you.
yeah. I
And if you
never.
don't take that opportunity, you're always going to wonder why.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like what they always say, right? You miss the shots you don't take.
Yep,
yeah,
absolutely.
Like I swear that's probably like one of my favorite sayings ever because it's so simple but it's so true.
Exactly.
Like we're gonna talk about Hawaii a little bit. We're all. Oh, you lived in Hawaii for a little bit, right?
yeah. I was stationed in Hawaii on Oahu from 2014 to 2017.
Like how, Mike. So my question is, how similar is the lifestyle there compared to the lifestyle in Guam?
Very, very, very similar.
Like,
Like I blended in like I was local. It was, but again, it's like a lot of the things that we do on Guam. It's almost identical. Like for example, Scott slippers. I grew up on Scott slippers, so when I got to Hawaii, I was like, "You a new pair!" So it's like one of those things. Like I was super excited. But even just food wise, going beach and everything like that, it was almost identical. There's obviously some minor differences between the two, but um, it was so easy for me. It was basically I was home, and it was the fastest 3 years of my life. I've been trying to go back ever since, and the Air Force keeps telling me no. But if I could go back, 100% would.
so are you moving to Hawaii or are you moving to Guam? Like
See,
as a rest of your life type of thing.
if I have a choice, I would rather be in Hawaii. And it's not because I don't love my island. It's because this way I am far enough from home to where I don't have to feel obligated to attend certain things and stuff like that. And they can't just come and visit me right off the bat because we have a whole ocean in between us. But I can still go home if I wanted to.
I get
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, like I think that's why. I mean, Chloe, agree with me or not? I think that's why we are comfortable in the states that we're at because there's such a big local influence now up in
Yeah.
Oregon and down here in Arizona. Like, there's so much island people here that like I'm actually comfortable. you know, and it's weird to say that, but that's because of what we said earlier, the connection that we made with our peoples, whether or not they're Tongan. Like I have a lot of Tongan friends out here. I have a lot of Hawaiian friends out here, and it's like, yeah, man, like I feel like home, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only when in the winter do I not feel like I'm at home.
Yeah.
No, same.
That's all. Like, that's when I get super homesick. Is during the winter. I'm like, man, it's too cold.
Yeah.
Same. I hate the winters. Even in Arizona, it's actually pretty cold in the wintertime. Cause like if you guys know,
Like
if
60.
no, it went down to the 30s. Cause
What?
Oh.
You lie.
I swear. Like if you know me, I always have a tank top on, board shorts, and I'm over here wearing a hoodie. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty
Yeah, to
cold.
represent.
Well, that too, but no, I think is there any other questions before we start wrapping this up, Kaleo, that you have specifically on the Micronesian culture for Dean? I mean, I know we could bring him on another time, or we'll have other Micronesians on here, but just anything that you kind of been wanting to ask about that culture.
Yeah, #1 fan, reoccurring guest. I'm all about it.
I love that.
We'll just have you. We'll just have it. We'll just have you on call.
Yeah.
Hey Dean, we're shooting an episode right now. Can you jump on in like 10 minutes?
Shoot, I'm on.
Honestly, I can't think of anything right now. It's one of those things where like I know a lot of our cultures are very, very similar. So I guess it would be a situation of like, what is the one main thing that you noticed that is so drastically different?
Besides the obvious of like language and things like that, the one thing that I would say would be drastically different is that's a tough one because there's just so many similarities. It's
I was about to say, so this is what our people have to remember. Yes, we are different, but because we're so similar in upbringing and we all came from the same place, it's so hard to differentiate us.
Differentiate.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, outside of the obvious
That's
stuff.
why I like that question because
Yeah.
it is like other, like you said, other than the obvious for being language, like
Yeah, and even
why
to a
are we
point like
having such a hard time understanding that we're we're the same, we should unify?
Yeah.
Like, so if you can't just automatically be like, oh, this is exactly why we're different, what's the problem?
I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah,
I know you're on the same side as us, but still, like,
Yeah.
like
I really tried to rack my brain, and there's nothing that really stands out outside of language and food, like specific dishes that are specific to certain areas. That is like this is why we're different. It's just I can't think of any.
I mean, there is that the looks aspect, right? The physical looks aspect, because obviously the Melanesians are a little bit darker. The Polynesians are actually known to be a little bit taller, wider. You know what I mean? And then the Micronesians are more commonly shorter. You know what I mean? So
choose your words wisely.
That's what I said.
Here it comes.
Shorter, shorter, and have more Asian.
You're like 5'8".
I'm not 5'8". I'm 6 foot, cuz. I'm over here spitting on my lips. Bruh, you're 5. Actually, you're like what? What are you like 5'7"?
I like 5'8". I'm like 5'8".
Oh, 5'8". Oh, add an inch. Okay.
Give it
No, for real. But
5'8" and 3/4.
No, but that's real though. Like if you put one of each, one Polynesian, one Melanesian, and one Micronesian all standing together, that's what it's gonna be. The Polynesian are typically taller and wider, not wider, but like just taller and more broader shoulders or whatever. And then the Melanesians are a little bit darker complexion, and then Micronesians are the shortest of the three. That's just
yeah.
So physicality, we're different. So what?
Yeah,
but we still look the same though. Like we still have similar like kind of features. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah.
True. Like, honestly, like, I look like a blend between the two of you, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
but, like, okay, so physicality, we're different. Got it.
Mhm.
Food,
Eh,
different. Great, but that
mhm.
also comes from, like, what we can get to in our
Mhm.
area, so that's the only
Yeah.
reason why that's different, for the most part. But then again, that's people just learning to do different things and jive and all that good stuff. Okay, cool, and language.
But the crazy thing is, the food and the language, there's still similarities in there too.
Yeah, there absolutely are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abso-freaking-lutely. So,
Yeah.
why are we still having issues?
Yeah, it's crazy because me and Star talked about this before, but even like language, like a lot of our languages are different just through the years and through the generations of colonization and things like that. But they've actually proven through scientists have, research has proven that there's a lot of similarities in language. There's certain words that from the ancient times that are the same across all islands. And that's mind-boggling to me, where we have completely different languages, but there are certain words that are the same across the board in our native tongues. And I was like, that just kind of reemphasizes that we are all from the same area. We are all the same people. No matter how much we want to divide ourselves, we are connected more than we ever know.
Yeah.
You know what I think what happened? Obviously back in the days technology was non-existent, and there was what hieroglyphics on the walls, like that's how it was back in the days, right? But I think what happened was, and this is just me throwing out ideas and with my crazy mind, whenever a different group of islanders settled on a certain island or whatever, and they ended up, staying there, and then the rest would go to a different island, and so forth. I think what happened was the language just evolved on that island because either they didn't remember exactly what the language was, and so they would say something kind of similar to it, and then it would, because then if you think about it, aloha in Hawaii is the same thing as alofa in Samoa. Like something's you can kind of see how, like, oh shoot, I moved to this different island, but I think it was Aloha, or was it Alofa? I think, okay, let's go with Alofa, and then so like that's how the language would kind of evolve on each island. You know what I mean? It derived from the first island or wherever we came from, but because they're on a different island, they're trying to remember what their culture is on a different island. So it's kind of like what we were saying before, Kala, right? It's like a
Yeah.
with telling stories. It's like a game of telephone. It's
Yeah.
it's, it's going to be
Yeah.
different. That's
Yeah.
what
Well, I
that's what
mean,
I
it's
think.
it's just like slang,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
how the English language, for example, like it is the dumbest language ever because one word means like 4 million things.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it can be the same concept for any language. It just changes on a constant, regular basis. So
I don't even think English is a language. I think because a lot of words derives from different cultures. You know what I mean?
it does. Yeah, it
Oh, this
definitely
word
does.
derived from the French word this. This word derived from the Greek word this.
It actually comes
Yeah.
from the Latin
The
word.
Latin word. My gosh. Freaking pear and pear. Two different words.
Nah,
There, there, and
especially on
there.
social media. Yeah. Yeah. There.
There now. Oh, what?
Your and your.
Your and
Oh
your.
god, those
Freaking.
words piss me off.
But
Anyways,
but
digress.
in our Hawaiian pidgin, boto is boto.
Boto is boto.
You know what I mean? It's one meaning.
Yeah.
I had to put it out there. I don't know why I did it, but
Yeah, in stream you put those 2 words, yeah, and
oh,
everybody's like, "Wait, what?" I had questions about that
oh,
after
really?
stream. I was like, "Oh god, here we go."
Why didn't they just chat it in the chat and say, "Oh, what
I
is
think
that?"
they were embarrassed to ask.
Well, I
Like,
put the explanation after.
well, I know, but they had other questions.
Oh, so Dean, in their stream, I put Muli and Susu.
Bro, it's funny. So remember what I said about words being the same across
Yeah.
the
What
cultures?
Susu?
Susu is that one of those words.
Exactly. If I'm not mistaken, I think susu means the same thing in the Hawaiian culture.
Yeah. As far as I know.
If I'm,
I mean, that's what I know. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, technically in the Samoan culture, susu doesn't mean like boob. It just means the milk from your boob. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I mean, women's boob, not everybody's boob. But yeah, so I'm just But yeah, susu is one of them. There's a bunch of words that's like pretty much the same throughout every single culture.
Yeah. Oh, we totally went off track there.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Well, not really, because we were talking about language, and
true.
language thing did happen.
Yeah, it did happen. Real time.
Yeah, we are out of time, ladies and gentlemen. I know there's a lot more that we would love to learn about the Micronesian culture, but we'll definitely bring on Dean. Maybe we'll do that. I noticed that there's other podcasts that have like the same guests that come on, and when they're not even guests anymore, they're just people that come on almost every episode for like a good 10-15 minute segment, and maybe we can do that.
Yeah, I'm down for it. Whenever you need me.
So remember every
and
either
you only scratch the surface.
Yeah. I remember every like either Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Just remember like those are the days that potentially like you can just get a call. We'll do the Batman signal.
But instead of the bat symbols, remember it's gonna be #1 fan signal.
#1 fans.
I'll just put the SpongeBob signal up there. He was #1. No, we'll do that for sure. Obviously we're gonna be learning more, and then we'll probably have guests like that in each culture, right? A Polynesian person that could do that, and then you could be for the Micronesian, and then the Melanesian, to where if we because eventually we're gonna do like a live show, and then people are probably gonna ask questions and this and that, and be like, hey, all right, we got a Micronesian from Guam, right on the line, come in and answer the question, and it's like, hey, Dean, you know what I mean?
100%.
Or something like that. And then so I do want to have for those of you listening and watching, I do want to tell you guys a few announcements as we start ending the show. First of all, I appreciate you guys for watching and listening. Much love to all of you guys listening. To be honest, I didn't think we were gonna have any listeners besides like some of my close friends that just might have it on, not actually listening. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of you guys that actually do listen and watch, and we really do appreciate that. But announcement coming up, we are planning a live episode where we will be going live on YouTube, doing a podcast, whether or not we have a guest or not. But on that episode, as you guys can see, we have our Pacific Ave merch. We are planning to do a giveaway of either a hat, a hoodie, or a shirt, or even all three of them. And then also another giveaway would be like a discount code that's specifically, for that giveaway, and it's going to be a bigger discount code, because there's going to be discount codes for like 5% off, 10% off, but this one specifically is going to be like 20 to 30% off, like a pretty big one, but we're only giving out one. So that's an announcement coming up. We're going to have a live show soon, and it's going to be in the next episode or not, so keep an eye out on our socials. Make sure you guys check out our socials. The links are down below. Follow them all. Also, the website is almost done, and we're actually waiting on the photo shoot that we're having later on today. We have a few models in the building. Well, not in this building, but in the Pacific Ave building. And we're going to be doing a photo shoot later on today. So stay tuned for that. If you guys have any suggestion for me, especially, like, hey, Star, don't say this, don't say that, or be better, Star, then just let me know. Comment down below what you guys thought of this episode. Dean.
Yeah, Star only.
Yes, me only, because apparently I only get comments. I'm the only one that gets comments like, hey, Star, you should be better with this and this. Like, Khalil, good thing you have Khalil. Khalil's like just makes it so much better. Like, thanks for this. I don't know how to take it, but thank you for supporting and actually watching.
Don't worry, I'm gonna get all kinds of hate for getting rid of fried shrimp, I'm sure.
I don't know how you're. We're islanders. We eat seafood. How are you getting rid of seafood?
Stand on it. I'm not changing for no one.
You be you, boo boo.
Yeah.
Fine. One must go before we end this. Khalil, you have to answer this.
Oh, God.
One must go food edition, protein edition, steak, ribs, fried chicken, or fish.
Wow.
And that's fish. That's everything. All fish.
Oh.
Even poke.
That's fish, right?
Ribs.
Yeah.
Ribs. Ribs can go.
Ribs can go. What is ribs? Ribs is from cow, right? You know what? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, or pork. It just
Pork
depends.
ribs too.
Oh,
but
yeah,
ribs
yeah.
can go.
Yeah.
Ribs can go. Sorry, I'm not getting rid of my poke. Okay, like
Yeah, we need fish.
we need fish.
We need fish. We could live off of the chickens and the freaking fish.
Yeah.
The chickens.
Chickens. Look at all these chickens.
Yeah, I think for me, same ribs. Ribs got to go.
Yeah.
Shoot, I'd probably get rid of steak. Steak is the most overrated friggin' meat ever.
Bro, no. Oh my God. No. No.
You never been to Texas Roadhouse?
Yeah, they're ribs.
Oh, okay. Look, listen.
The ribs.
Listen.
You don't go to Texas Roadhouse for ribs?
You don't go there for ribs, for one. Okay, and Texas Roadhouse is overrated, but
They are overrated.
No, yeah, I mean, as far as a steakhouse, but in general, like steak, man, you can't beat it. And you have it all kinds of cuts, all kinds of ways, marinated.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Okay, but Star, tell me how you eat your steak.
Oh yeah, this is good. No, this is gonna
medium.
Some issues.
Get out.
It's medium or below. It's not higher than medium.
Medium rare.
No, but that's what I'm just saying. Like medium is like
rare. Rare is the only way to eat it, but I will go to medium. I'm just saying. Absolutely have to.
I'm just saying medium is the worst, like the highest. I cannot go higher. It has to be medium or lower. It don't matter. I'm just saying, like it don't matter if it's medium rare or medium rare or rare. You know what I mean?
You like eating flip flops? Okay, got it.
Too bad flip flops is like well done.
That's what medium is to me.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Yes. Nah, I want it mooing.
Well, I just like I don't want the whole thing to be mushy. I just want the outside to be like has that
mushy.
No,
bro,
I say mushy. What?
Yeah. Low grade steak here,
no,
bro.
I'm talking. I'm just talking about the exterior. I just want that exterior.
I don't think that's steak. That's ground beef.
See.
Steak. I'm just saying. I think it's the most overrated because everybody likes it differently. But compared to fried chicken, it's the same. Compared to ribs, everybody likes it the same. Like
okay, not all fried chicken is the same though. Can we agree upon this? Because it's not.
Oh yeah.
No, not all fried chicken, but it's just a fry and the chicken. I mean, the seasoning and the sauce is all different, obviously. But the steak, you have to cook it differently. So everybody likes their steak differently.
Oh, but okay, hold on. We gonna go around to the steak here, okay? Because like, no, not all steak is equal, okay?
Yeah, not all steak is equal. Exactly. There's just too much variables. That's why I'm saying like we should get rid of that.
No. That is
you don't like options.
That's like saying fish is fish.
Fish is fish.
No. Okay. Like, I can't with you right now. I haven't had coffee.
Yeah, coffee is coffee too.
Oh God, coffee you. Okay. Grind you up.
I don't drink coffee.
I do.
No. Well, We are a little bit over time, and I know you want to talk about this more, but we'll save it for the next one. So, without further ado, Khalil, send us on out home.
No.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
As I always say, remember to be uniquely you. It's the best thing that you could ever do. Tell somebody that you love them. Life is too short.
Yep, and always like what I always say is treat others the way that you want to be treated. That's just the golden rule, really. Dean, any final words?
Yeah, I've been practicing, rehearsing this one for a while. I had to Google some stuff, and then it finally dawned on me. Like I've been saying this for a while, but in life, when things are not going your way, you have two options. You either have the option to be bitter or be better. The option is up to you.
That was good. Hey, oh, you came prepared. I am proud of you.
Number one fan.
He was waiting his whole life for this moment.
This one moment.
Yeah. No, but that's actually really great. That was actually
number one fan. That
was actually really good. I've never heard that before.
That was.
And when you said it, I was like,
"Oh, you never heard it because I made it up." So not only that, if you guys see it on any meme, they're quoting me on this podcast as the number one fan. So you heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first.
I'm pretty sure somebody else said that before.
No, it's here. I'm gonna copyright it. This exact episode.
Pin it. Got it.
Put it on a shirt.
Yeah.
But all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for listening, watching. Dean, thank you so much for being a part of this podcast. We're looking forward to having you on again more. Does your hoodie have Guam on it?
No, normally I would, but I grabbed the first hoodie I could because it's like 10 degrees outside.
It's not cold. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for listening, watching. Catch you guys on the next episode. We out.